right, Jordan, why don't you read to me your story? You can put it right there on the counter for me. Thank you, honey. Why don't you read the story to me? Do you have a title? No? Okay, we're going to have to think of a title, okay? Go ahead and read your story to me.
Orangutans or other monkeys could be messy, unhappy, and nuisance as a household pet. Orangutans can be messy. They can use the bathroom on the floor. Orangutans can be unhappy without living in their natural place. An orangutan can be a nuisance sometimes. They don't like to be in a house or a zoo. And orangutan has only one natural place to live, and that's the rainforest. They should not be living in a house or a zoo.
Awesome. Okay, and you said living in a house or a zoo. So what do you notice about this right here? You don't have to change it. You just said in, but what did you write? At. Why do you think you did that? Do you know?
Because I was thinking that it wouldn't make sense to put at.
It does kind of make more sense to say in, doesn't it? Yeah, that'd be good. So here, I'll write that with my pen, okay? So we can put in here instead of at. You're right. It does make more sense. And then you said they should not be living in a house or a zoo. So what do you think sounds better? They should not be living in a house and a zoo, or they should not be living in a house or a zoo? What sounds better?
In.
Well, for this one, and or.
Or.
It does, or, because when you have and there, it kind of sounds like the house and the zoo are the same thing, right? Sometimes houses may be zoos, but I think you're right. I think or sounds better there. So good, like you fixed that when you're reading it, and that's a lot of times what we do, Jordan, when, even me, when I'm writing papers, when I'm done writing something, what I do is I go back and I read it again out loud to myself, and I catch so many mistakes, or like I change things, like, oh, this sounds better, or oh, that sounds better. So everybody does that. So we had said maybe we should put a title. What do you think a good title for your story might be?
Oh, monkeys in their natural place.
Okay, and what's another word for natural place that we learn? One of our vocabulary words. What do we call a natural place?
Rainforest.
Their rainforest is their natural home. What do we call that? It starts in H.
Habitat.
Yes, good. Habitat was one of our vocabulary words we talked about. So why don't you say, what did you say your title? Monkeys in their natural place. How could you, instead of saying natural place, you said habitat?
Habitat.
Okay, so what do you think your title?
Monkeys in their natural habitat.
Oh, that's a great one. That sounds so great. So why don't we write that? And since you wrote your name all the way up top, I'm going to kind of squeeze it in right here. But when you go to rewrite your final copy, I want you to put the title on this first line, okay? So,
that one right there.
Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to hit you. Yes, on the very first line, and then you would start writing down here. So, monkeys. You said in their natural habitat?
At.
Monkeys at their natural. Okay, so let's think of what sounds better before I write it with the pen. Monkeys at their natural habitat, or monkeys in their natural habitat? Which one do you think sounds better? You think at sounds better? Okay. So let's think about this. Before we write it, let's think about if I said Jordan at her home or Jordan in her home.
In.